Before we start this unforgettable story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful tale like this. Now, settle in and prepare for a journey that explores love, rejection, and unexpected grace at a wedding feast that changed everything. This is a story where harsh words meet quiet respect, where family pride clashes with silent acts of kindness, and where a young woman's life is forever altered by a simple, unforgettable gesture. The day had all the hallmarks of a grand celebration: music flowing through the air, tables loaded with food, and relatives from miles around gathering to witness the union of two families. But beneath the laughter and the clinking glasses, tension simmered just beneath the surface. The bride, a young woman named Mary, wore a fragile smile, masking the turmoil inside. Her father, stern and unyielding, carried a weight no one else could see, a bitterness born from old wounds and deep fears. Mary's father, a man known for his rigid views and harsh words, had never truly accepted his daughter's choice of husband. The man was Apache, a fact that stoked old prejudices and fears that clung to the family like a shadow. At the wedding feast, he took a moment away from the crowd and whispered harsh words into Mary's ear. "No one will ever want you." Those words cut deep, silencing her celebration and planting a seed of doubt and sadness. The guests around them barely noticed the exchange. To most, it was just another wedding, a union between families, full of tradition and expectation. But for Mary, those words echoed in her mind like a thunderstorm, shaking the foundation of her joy. The man she loved stood silently beside her, his eyes steady and calm, as if knowing that love alone could weather storms much darker than harsh words. As the feast continued, a hush seemed to fall over the gathering. The guests ate and drank, but the mood had shifted. It was then that the Apache groom stepped forward, not with angry words or fiery passion, but with a quiet dignity that spoke louder than any shout. He reached out his hand and gently took Mary's, lifting it with respect and reverence. Then, in a gesture that startled the room, he kissed her hand in silence. That kiss was more than tradition. It was a promise. A vow not spoken in loud voices or dramatic declarations, but carried in the softness of his touch and the calm certainty in his eyes. The silence that followed was profound, filling the room with an unspoken understanding. In that moment, the groom's respect and love spoke louder than the bitter words of a father. It was a turning point, a quiet rebellion against prejudice. Mary looked down at her hand, still held gently in her husband's, and felt a surge of hope. The kiss had spoken volumes, more than any angry word could ever convey. She felt the weight of her father's bitterness begin to lift, replaced by something new and fragile, the possibility of acceptance and love beyond boundaries. The feast, once heavy with tension, now shimmered with a new light. The wedding feast resumed its course, the music growing livelier, and the guests slowly returning to their celebrations. But something subtle had shifted in the air. The father's stern face softened for just a moment as he watched his daughter and her new husband share that silent, powerful moment. It was as if even he could not deny the strength of that gentle kiss and the love it represented. Later that night, Mary sat quietly by the fire, thinking about the day's events. The harsh words of her father still stung, but the tender kiss from her husband warmed her heart. She realized that love was not about loud declarations or approval from everyone around, but about quiet acts of respect, kindness, and unwavering support. It was a lesson she would carry with her forever. In the days that followed, the story of the wedding feast and the Apache's silent kiss spread through the community. Some were moved, others skeptical, but all were reminded that love can challenge old prejudices and open hearts in unexpected ways. Mary and her husband's journey was just beginning, but that day marked a beginning of healing, understanding, and hope. Days turned into weeks, but the memory of that wedding feast lingered in Mary's mind like a soft melody she couldn't forget. Her father's words still echoed sometimes, sharp and unforgiving, yet they no longer held the power to break her spirit. The kiss from her Apache husband became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that love could exist even in the shadow of doubt and rejection. She learned to lean on that quiet strength whenever fear crept in. Her husband, Thomas, was a man of few words but deep convictions. His calm presence grounded Mary through the turmoil that sometimes arose between her and her family. He never demanded acceptance from others. Instead, he chose to demonstrate his love through patient actions, unwavering loyalty, and a respect that transcended cultural divides. Together, they began building a life that bridged two worlds, one silent kiss at a time. The town, a place steeped in old traditions and cautious minds, began to take notice of Mary and Thomas's union. Whispers filled the air, some filled with admiration, others with judgment. But Mary refused to let those voices shape her path. She stood firm, knowing that love was more than approval. It was a choice made every day, in every gesture, no matter how small. Thomas's kiss at the feast was proof of that truth. At family gatherings, the tension sometimes returned. Mary's father would still cast cold glances, his heart wrestling with pride and prejudice. But Thomas never responded with anger. Instead, he met those moments with quiet dignity, allowing his actions to speak louder than words. Slowly, the walls that separated them began to crumble, not through confrontation, but through unwavering respect and patience. One evening, Mary's father sat beside her by the fire, an unexpected gesture that surprised them both. Without speaking, he reached out and took her hand, a hand now weathered by years of love and struggle. It was a silent apology, a tentative step toward reconciliation. Mary felt tears prick her eyes, not from sorrow, but from the fragile hope that had finally begun to bloom between them. Thomas and Mary's life was not without challenges. They faced moments of doubt, isolation, and the harsh realities of a world that wasn't always ready to accept their love. But through it all, the memory of that silent kiss sustained them. It reminded them that love could be quiet yet powerful, soft yet unbreakable. Their journey became a testament to the strength found in respect and the courage to stand against the odds. The community began to see the couple in a new light. Slowly, barriers fell away as neighbors witnessed the genuine care and respect Thomas showed Mary. The silent kiss at the feast became a story told with admiration, a symbol of hope in a place where divisions once seemed insurmountable. Mary and Thomas's love was no longer just their own, it was a beacon for others seeking acceptance. The town slowly began to see Mary and Thomas in a new light, no longer just as the couple who defied tradition, but as a symbol of hope and change. Their daily lives were quiet yet powerful, a testament to what love could accomplish without loud declarations or dramatic gestures. Mary shared her story at gatherings, her voice steady and full of conviction, showing others that barriers could be broken, prejudices could fade, and new paths could be forged through patience and respect. Their union challenged the community's old ways, inspiring many to reconsider what acceptance really meant. Every day brought new challenges, but also new victories. Mary and Thomas faced suspicion and whispered rumors, yet their bond grew stronger with each test. Thomas's steady hand and calm presence were a constant source of comfort for Mary. Together, they cultivated a life where love wasn't a burden but a guiding light. Their relationship was built on small acts of kindness, a shared smile, a helping hand, a silent moment of understanding that spoke louder than any words could. These moments became their foundation, their unshakable truth in a world that often seemed hostile. Mary often reflected on that pivotal moment at the wedding feast, when her father's cruel words tried to shatter her spirit. But the gentle kiss from Thomas, tender and respectful, had sealed a promise that neither time nor prejudice could break. It was a quiet act of rebellion against fear and hatred, a beacon of hope that illuminated their path forward. That kiss was not just a gesture, it was a declaration of love and respect, an anchor that grounded Mary through the storms they faced. It reminded her every day that love could overcome even the deepest wounds. With time, Mary's father began to soften, though his journey toward acceptance was slow and filled with internal conflict. Witnessing the steadfast love between Mary and Thomas challenged his long-held prejudices. He found himself questioning his beliefs, confronting the fears and biases that had governed his actions for so long. While he struggled to express his feelings openly, small gestures of acceptance began to surface, a nod here, a quiet presence there. These subtle signs were monumental steps toward healing old wounds and building bridges between generations. Mary and Thomas's story soon became more than a personal journey, it turned into a community legacy. Their courage inspired others to embrace change and reconsider their own prejudices. The silent kiss at the wedding feast became a powerful symbol of love's ability to break down barriers. Neighbors once skeptical now looked to Mary and Thomas with respect and admiration, recognizing the strength it took to stand firm in love against a world full of judgment. Their story was retold in homes and around campfires, a narrative of resilience and hope. As the years went by, Mary and Thomas built a family founded on respect, love, and understanding. Their children grew up hearing the story of that wedding feast, the bitter words, and the silent kiss that changed everything. This story became the bedrock of their family values, a reminder that love is not about fitting into expectations but about standing strong together in the face of adversity. The legacy they created reached far beyond themselves, influencing future generations to live with compassion and courage. Despite the challenges they faced, Mary and Thomas never lost sight of the simple joys in life. Quiet evenings by the fire, laughter shared with friends, and moments of tenderness in the early morning light all wove together to create a rich tapestry of love and resilience. These small joys became acts of defiance against a world that often sought to divide. Their relationship, grounded in mutual respect and understanding, grew deeper and more meaningful with each passing year. Mary's father, once a symbol of rejection and harshness, gradually became part of their story of healing. His slow transformation showed that even the hardest hearts could soften over time. Through his tentative acceptance, he began to mend the fractured bonds within their family. Mary's forgiveness and patience paved the way for reconciliation, teaching that love sometimes requires courage to endure and hope to believe in change. Their journey was a testament to the power of compassion to heal wounds long thought permanent. The town's perception of Mary and Thomas shifted dramatically, as neighbors witnessed firsthand the genuine love and respect they shared. Their home became a refuge for others struggling with acceptance and belonging. They opened their doors to those in need, offering kindness without judgment. This act of generosity reinforced the lessons their story taught, that love and acceptance create communities, heal divisions, and nurture hope in the darkest of places. Mary often reflected on how a single moment, a silent kiss, had altered the course of her life. That simple gesture carried the weight of 1,000 words and the promise of a future filled with love despite hardship. It taught her that the most profound expressions of love are often quiet and unassuming. That kiss was a quiet revolution against fear, a beacon of light that guided her through uncertainty and pain. It was a reminder that love's power lies not only in grand declarations but also in everyday acts of respect and devotion. Their story resonated far beyond their community, inspiring others who faced similar challenges. Mary and Thomas became advocates for love and acceptance, sharing their journey to encourage understanding across cultural divides. Their message was clear: love knows no boundaries and can flourish even in the face of prejudice. Through speaking engagements and quiet conversations, they helped others find the courage to embrace love in its many forms, proving that change begins with compassion and empathy. As they aged, Mary and Thomas grew even closer, their bond a testament to the resilience and depth of their love. Together, they navigated the complexities of life, supported by a foundation built on respect and unwavering commitment. Their shared experiences forged a partnership that was both tender and strong, proving that true love endures through trials and triumphs alike. Their legacy was not just the family they raised, but the community they helped transform with their example. Mary's life was a testament to the transformative power of love. From the painful rejection she once faced to the enduring support of her husband, she learned that love is a journey, sometimes quiet, sometimes difficult, but always worth fighting for. The silent kiss at the wedding feast was the starting point of that journey, a symbol of hope and resilience that carried her through life's challenges. Her story reminds us all that love can overcome even the deepest divisions and that every act of kindness has the power to change the world. Looking back, Mary felt immense gratitude for the journey she and Thomas had traveled. The hardships, the moments of doubt, and the quiet victories all shaped a life rich with meaning and purpose. Their love story, born in silence and strengthened by endurance, was a beacon of hope for all who believed in the power of compassion. It proved that even in the harshest of times, love has the strength to heal, unite, and inspire beyond measure. 32. Their children carried forward the legacy of their parents' love, spreading the message of acceptance and understanding throughout their own lives. The story of the wedding feast and the silent kiss became a cherished family tale, a source of strength and inspiration. It reminded them that love is a choice made every day, and that with courage and kindness, barriers can be broken and new beginnings can flourish. Mary and Thomas's journey became a lasting reminder of the power of love to change hearts and communities. 33. In their later years, Mary and Thomas found peace in the life they had built together. Surrounded by family and friends, they celebrated the victories that came from perseverance and love. Their story was no longer just their own, but a shared legacy that touched many lives. Through their example, they showed that love is an enduring force, capable of overcoming even the deepest divides and creating a future filled with hope and unity. 34. Mary often thought of the moment that started it all, the harsh words from her father and the silent kiss from her husband. It was a moment of conflict and grace intertwined, a powerful reminder that love's greatest strength often lies in its quiet resilience. That day had set her on a path of healing, acceptance, and unwavering commitment. It was a testament to the fact that love can shine brightest when it is least expected, and that even the smallest gestures can carry the greatest meaning. 35. If this story moved you, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We bring you real stories of love, courage, and redemption, showing that even in the darkest moments, hope and love prevail. Stay tuned for more powerful narratives that inspire and uplift. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.